Hi, everybody. Guess who's back?
Hey, I'm
Welcome back.
back.
Christina's back. We're so happy to
So,
have you.
I'm so thrilled to be back with you guys. I suffered massive FOMO the last few weeks, not being with
I'm
you
sorry.
guys.
You suffered FOMO. You were the one who was
Right?
in France and Spain. And oh my goodness. No, we were suffering some FOMO, weren't we, Steve?
Oh, well,
I was.
Have you noticed that Vincent and Christina can't be on the same podcast? I've always wondered if they were the same person. And now I'm really starting to think twice. I'm
there you
really
go.
thinking.
Hey, I totally be good being Vincent. Like if I had his skill and creativity, and I'm all for it.
I mean, it's a secret. It's a great, well-kept secret that Vincent and Christina are actually the same person. But yeah, yeah, pretty impressive that you managed to fool us all for so long.
Right? Right. This it's amazing what you can do with AI these days.
So true. This is actually Vincent. Yeah, Christina's not back yet.
No, not yet.
So before we get started, we just wanted to talk a little bit about why we had postponed postponed our recap episode this week. We initially thought we wouldn't do one. Christina, do you want to just kind of break it down a bit for people?
Yeah. When we set out to do baking scraps, it was really important for us to provide a platform where we could support each other, love each other, just have a good time. There's a lot of craziness in the world, as you know, out there, and we wanted to be one of those places that people could just come in, tune in, have some laughs, enjoy the conversation, and just grow and learn with us along the way too. So obviously, we love getting everybody's feedback, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And everybody out there, just please know that we appreciate it all, and we're learning as we're doing this. This is sort of our second year, really, that we're doing this, and sometimes, you know, sometimes we need a little reminder, and just what am I trying to say here? Just
Sometimes we miss the mark,
we miss the mark,
but
and
our intentions are always good, and we try to recognize when something has been said that might hit wrong, that might land the wrong way.
exactly. And also, we have incredible respect and admiration for all the bakers out there. We know it's not easy on a good day, let alone when you're in a competition and you have a whole lot of added pressures. We have mad respect and are in awe and inspired by all the bakers
Mhm.
every single season. Season 9, absolutely zero exception. Wow, what a crop of bakers that are in that tent this year. And I think it's been mentioned quite a bit this season so far, of how all of us are incredibly impressed and in awe of the talent, the creativity, and the skill that's being showcased week after week.
Yep. And that being said, we had received a little bit of feedback that something was not hitting right. And so we thought, well, let's just take a moment. We'll pause. Let's get back, regroup next week. And so we posted to that end, but we've received so many messages of support and so many messages from people who are missing the scrap recap this week. And so we decided that a little bit late, we'll go ahead and post it. And please rest assured that we are listening, we are learning, and we are just so happy to be here in our happy place. Baking is my happy place. This is where I feel the most comfortable and happy and joyful, and being able to share that with all of you and my wonderful Scrap Recap castmates, pals, is just the greatest thing in the world. So keep that feedback coming. And
Yes.
with no further ado, let's move on. Vincent is not able to join us this week, or maybe popping in later. We'll see how that shakes down. But we do have the amazing Stephen Levitt, the fabulous Baker Boy, singular.
Boy.
The boy,
Boy,
the boy.
he is here with us to recap Carnival week, and boy, I am excited that we get to recap Carnival week because what a fun concept.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, totally.
I was like, yes, are you going to continue?
I thought Stephen was going to say something.
I mean, the deep fryer came out, so I'm happy.
Who isn't happy? You know, who isn't happy when the deep fryer comes out?
My husband, when he comes home and smells the frying oil, but it's never bad to have deep fried bakes. I don't know. I love everything fried.
Fried dough, one of the
Yes.
best, one of the world's greatest little nuggets of joy.
Yes. Now, if only they could come up with deep fried macarons, maybe you would be really, really.
Mm.
She's
can.
thinking, how can it
And
taste
you just got to make them, finish them, freeze
Coat 'em with
them,
something?
put them in a
Dip them
batter,
in
throw
some
'em.
sort of batter. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Hey, you want to do
Yeah.
it? Go for it.
Hmm.
That's going to be your signature for this week.
Challenge accepted.
Yes, I cannot wait. All right. Everybody, stay tuned to the Baking Scraps and Eat, Bake, Love Lady to see what she comes up with.
There you go.
All
Cool.
right. So let's get into, and we do have Vincent's notes here. So we'll be able to throw in a few things that he said as well. First off, just to say, Vincent says everyone looks very summery, and Bruno continues with awesome shirt fashion, which is great. Yeah, I wouldn't have noticed. Did you notice, Stephen?
Vincent's job is to notice the shirts.
Right,
I
we
notice
don't
the deep
notice.
fryers. He notices the shirts.
I did notice Alan's green shirt that he was wearing, which I
Very
thought was
green.
actually really cool. I
Yeah.
loved it, actually. It was really,
Alan is just effortlessly cool, though.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's so true, right?
Right?
he is fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Him and Anne both.
Yes, it's so true.
And Bruno and Kyla, actually. I mean, the whole
Yeah,
fashion on
everyone.
the show
It
is
really
like,
is quite a
they
fashion
just
show.
look fab all the time.
It's a fashion show, not a baking show. Who are we kidding? All right, so let's get started. The signature bake was fried treats. So 8 servings, and they had 2 hours to make 8
Mhm.
servings. Kind of, some people went with the whole like carnival idea theme, but we have it in alphabetical order, so let us start.
Thanks, Vincent.
Yeah, thanks, Vincent. So let's start with Dominic and talk about what he made. Oh my,
Oh,
I
his
love
was just peachy.
it. Was peachy.
Keen,
It was.
indeed.
Man, they looked amazing.
Didn't they?
Like,
They
holy
looked like
cow.
real peaches.
Yeah. The attention to detail on his bake was mind-blowing.
Even with the little sheen of
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
the shininess on the side to it just gave dimension. And so he had these sweet heat peach pies. So cayenne peach with mascarpone filling and an amaretto glaze. Oh my goodness. And
Yeah. And then he finished it with some sanding sugar for the fuzz, the peach
Yes, for the
fuzz.
fuzz, he
Yeah.
went, I mean, that's detail, right?
Right?
Giving it fuzz.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then he also had like a little stem and a little leaf. And I'm
Yeah.
not sure what those were made of, if they were made from the same dough. I didn't actually
You're right,
see
I didn't
that.
really
Don't know, but it
look.
was definitely an edible. Without
Yes,
question. It was a baked
It was an
edible
edible?
thing.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was
it
an edible,
almost
yeah. That's
Never
what gets you to
tried a
eat the
show.
entire platter.
totally makes sense.
You West Coasters, I'm
Totally
telling
makes
you.
sense.
Right? That was really great how he was using the scissors, like just kind of into the pan. Okay, I'm going to save myself some time.
That's brilliant.
He's a smart person, right? Like impressive.
Yeah.
And that famous line, "Welcome to the Great Canadian Frying Show."
Yes.
I did like that very much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So the
But
judge,
I thought these were fabulous. Like every single detail, the flavor combination, the look of them,
yeah.
peachy perfection.
I can just imagine what it would taste like to bite into that, have that sweet, juicy peach with that little hit of the cayenne at the back of your mouth.
And if you got them at a carnival and you got them warm, oh
Yeah.
man, that would be so good. And maybe
Mm.
like a jammy,
Oh yeah.
like
It
a
was-
fried peach pie. Like, wow.
right?
know.
Yum.
They were gorgeous.
I made a
Totally
bunch of
good.
peach pies this year. I know I don't get Okanagan peaches like you guys, but I
Let's
have
get
Niagara
Ontario.
peaches, which I'll put up against Okanagan any day.
There you go.
They were really good this year.
Yes.
It was such a brilliant growing season in the Okanagan.
I have not had any peaches. No, I gotta move to the country. Gonna eat a lot of peaches.
Well,
Don't you have any markets where you come
Yeah, I
from,
was gonna
Gail?
say you probably
I
have
don't. I never
markets.
think about peaches, honestly. But now I'm gonna think about peaches because these
I think
look
about
so
peaches
good.
all the time.
Me too. Yeah.
Don't even go there, Stephen. All right, I'm gonna call
All
you on
right.
these ones.
Wow. Just wow.
So the judges were impressed that none of it was seeping out because it was very juicy on the inside. So he got that seal really well done around the edges of the little hand pies. They were delicious. They had nice heat and they looked great. And I'm kind of amalgamating between my notes and Vincent's notes
Yep.
here. So feel free to throw in any of Vincent's comments there, Christina, since you have a copy of them also.
I think you covered all of them. Yeah, and they did look spectacular.
Oh, absolutely. It was jaw-dropping.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Beautiful. All right, moving on to Jennifer. The
Yes. So
Korean hot dog mochi rings.
if Dominic's was the dessert you want, then Jennifer's is the dinner. When I'm at the carnival, that's the dinner I want. I
Oh,
mean, one bite hot dog, one bite cheese, one bite. Oh boy.
yes. Yeah, they
Totally.
were beautiful. And just the creativity that went into them. So, having it as a ring, piping out the batter, putting in the hot dogs and the cheese, and then putting another layer of batter on there. I mean, it was just brilliant for
Mhm.
how are you
Very,
going to
very
feel that
smart.
inside there.
So was it a mochi dough that she
Yes.
used? Okay.
And that really excited me because I could almost I'm salivating now talking about it. Like the chew that would be involved in
Yeah.
that because I make mochi waffles and I know that sweet, chewy.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
put sausage and cheese in there. I'm gonna make sausage and cheese mochi waffles now.
Yeah.
Like as
Oh.
soon
But
as
it
we're
was like
done, I'm downstairs.
was there cornmeal in there too? Because she also called it a corn dog. So there had to be some sort of corn dog kind of
I don't
element
know if there
to it as
was. I
well.
think it
Corn dog
was.
doesn't have
I
cornmeal in it necessarily, does it? I don't know.
Well,
I don't eat
generally it
corn dogs
does.
either.
Generally, yeah, corn dog.
Okay.
Corn dog
Yeah.
generally does. Yeah, but I
Interesting.
think it was just
That
an
makes
ode
sense.
to a corn dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they didn't mention anything about cornmeal in there.
Okay. Yeah.
and
They
Yeah.
did call it
I
corn dog mochi donut
did.
rings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But-
Okay. The instant, were you going to say this? You were going
Go
to say
ahead.
the
Go ahead.
instant noodle powder. So I was thinking, is that the seasoning packet
Yeah.
that she put in there?
I suspect
Smart.
so.
Smart.
Very.
Very smart.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think umami was the word of the episode. Did you
Yes.
notice that? That was throughout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And certainly through Jennifer's bakes.
Jennifer's
Certainly, yeah,
for
absolutely.
sure. But there was another, I think maybe it was Dominic who said
I
it,
think
but
it was.
that comes later.
Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah. Showstopper.
But yeah, taking the instant noodle powder and putting it in there, and she said she just thought of it the last night because she was eating instant noodles.
She's
Because,
been living on ramen.
okay, yeah, yeah,
And she had 6 hours of sleep, but maybe along with that had some coffee too. Cause I mean, her energy was just,
yeah. She did have a high
Working.
energy level.
she was just on fire. I found,
Oh, yeah.
through the whole episode, she just had this energy about her and yeah.
It does seem to
She's cute.
kind of be where she rests, is at that kind of energy level.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know her well enough.
By week 3, you are could be the schedule for the first 3 or 4 weeks is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so by episode 3, by week 3 on the TV, you are either like Jennifer or you're comatose. Those are your only options, right? Because it is just nonstop.
I bet.
And I think as we can see with most of them, it's just like you're running on adrenaline.
Mhm.
And now we're into week 3, and now you're starting to get a little giddy.
Yeah. There you go.
Which
But
is
it's
so much fun to watch.
It's fun
Yes,
to watch.
yes.
It's fun to
It's
watch.
fun to be a
Yes.
part of too, I'll be honest with you.
I bet.
It's one of those things where when you look back, it was a lot of fun. For me, it was a lot of fun at the time too, but
Because
Yeah.
everything was fun for you, Stephen.
Well,
That's true. I mean, you did. I mean, that was one of the things that
That's the motto.
you just bring joy to everything that you do. And that's your attitude, which is amazing, right? I think
I saw
that's
Stacy. Stacy's just like, hey, don't forget, find the joy.
find the joy. That's right.
Find the
But
joy.
and you know what? I feel that again with season 9. Like everyone seems to be having a good time.
They
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And I think like when you said that they get giddy, I think that's really cool because I think they also maybe show a little bit more of their authentic self a little
Mhm.
bit more because they've, those first 2 weeks of jitters are hopefully gone or lessening.
Melting away, or just
Yeah.
like can't.
And
they
then you're
can't
just
deal with it
so
anymore.
tired and wired on coffee and running on adrenaline that you just
And
you're-
ramen.
yeah,
Yeah, and
and ramen. Oh, I hope that's not all she ate while she was there.
No, as moms, we're just like, don't, you got to eat more than that.
And
It's
as a
funny 'cause-
dad, that's fine.
Yeah, I know.
That's totally fine.
And I was like, no, you can't just be eating ramen, girl.
And you can combine it instead of putting hot water and just pour the coffee right in, and then it's coffee, ramen, spice, and you're done.
I mean, because the ramen spice is being used in the recipe, so she's just got noodles and
This
coffee.
is what I'm
basically.
saying.
Yeah, okay. Oh, Jennifer. Okay. Let's talk about the way that she displayed this, her presentation.
Yeah.
Because
Top-notch.
was that ring toss display not beautiful?
Yeah. Great idea.
Mhm.
So beautiful, brilliant. Hanging it on the board like they're on display like a ring toss. And Kyla was like, I'm amazed that these were hanging there because they're still so soft and delicate.
Mhm.
It was just beautiful, a beautifully put together bake and tasted exactly like a Korean hot corn dog, not hot
And
dog.
that made Bruno very, very happy.
He did appear to be very happy
Yes.
Yep.
indeed. Yes.
But speaking of a display, it's the perfect segue to Joe, who her basket, it was like I was watching British Bake Off. Like
Yeah.
that basket made me think of the British Bake Off. You didn't have to have the Union Jack in there. Just the way it was
Yeah.
displayed made me feel very, I'd like Paul Hollywood
Yeah.
was going to come walking out at any second.
That would be a crossover I would like to see.
Right?
Totally.
Can you imagine? Paul Hollywood just walks over, brushes Bruna out of the way, and gives Joe a handshake.
Okay. So would you rather Paul
Uh-oh.
Hollywood or Pedro Pascal show up?
I would rather Paul Hollywood. I don't care if Pedro Pascal shows up.
My daughter had to tell me who Pedro Pascal was, if I'm honest.
Oh,
I'm an
Hey,
old
you're not
man,
allowed to
come
be like that.
on.
You don't even know who what K-pop Demon Hunter is. So
I do now.
yeah, you
Thank
do.
you for teaching me.
You're
Anyways,
welcome.
do you know who they are? K-pop Demon Hunters? Yeah. Yeah.
No.
See?
No, his kids, he doesn't have young enough kids.
No, my kids.
I
are
don't
Neither
either,
do
but
you.
no, you know who told me about K-pop Demon Hunters was my massage therapist because she was giving me a massage and she was going, and then she's like, oh, I've got this song in my head because my kids are playing it all the time. And she told me to watch it. And yeah, my pal Dina from Philly and I watched it together when she was here on our Lazy Lisa / Dina Day. And it was fun. We watched straight through the whole movie and then we watched the sing-along right after it. Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah.
No
Yep.
idea.
One of these days. Chris watched it on his own.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Like he just wanted to see if I would come out singing the songs and I did. And then I went back to bed and he kept watching it because it kept his attention.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway.
We
I
digress.
Let's move back to Joe and her basket of hand pies. They were beautiful.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant. I loved how, and it's gonna hopefully not sound bad, but there was like this simple elegance of what she did that was not simple in any stretch of the imagination, but it looked like they were like effortlessly done. But they were perfect. Just nice, simple, like, when I say simple, I mean the flavors that she used, right? It was like an apple pie filling apple compote, and then the cinnamon dough. So really, not anything terribly complex, right? In terms of the flavor combination, but the fact that she was able to put them together so brilliantly. And then her apple compote was mixed in with some, I guess, shredded apple.
The raw apples, yeah, the cooked apples and the raw apples, which was a really good idea.
Yeah, that was a smart move.
Very, very brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, above my pay grade.
Brilliant.
Well, we know you undercharge. Yeah, I think she did a beautiful job. Bruna did say that her glaze was a little bit inconsistent. I think just thickness off a little bit. I mean, it's a time crunch.
Exactly.
But every single tiny little heart that she
Those
hand
little
piped
hearts.
on there for Flo.
Yeah.
So that was just so lovely that she was like, okay, this is for Flo, my husband. And it was such a homey, like the flavors are simple. I'm putting air quotes on that. But they're such warm and welcoming and comforting flavors that you want when, you're just sitting down and by the fire with your
These are the
love.
flavors I live on, right? I mean, that's how I bake, right? So I get it. And it pulls the person who's tasting them, judge or otherwise, it brings them to a point in their life. It brings them to a time. It brings them comfort. That's why it's comfort food.
Yeah.
But when it is as simple as that, you have to execute flawlessly.
Exactly.
And she did. But she also had the foresight to put some fresh apple, which changes the complexity of the flavor.
Yes.
And it also changes the mouthfeel, which was
and
brilliant.
putting the cinnamon in the dough.
Yeah.
Which was also
Very,
a
very smart.
little, just to layer those flavors, right?
Yeah.
Well, excellent job. Loved it, Joe. All right. Covey. Covey.
Yeah.
Ruby Kerma balls. Fad Kerma balls. I have not heard of them before. So this was my first experience with it, but it sounded wonderful. I mean, cardamom dough. I'm all about cardamom. Then we've got pistachios in there and a ruby chocolate glaze. Please let me taste it.
Yeah. I'm going to say, but beyond anything, you eat with your eyes first. That may have been the most beautiful display of the whole day.
Yeah.
For sure of the signature. That was striking, the display.
So beautifully displayed.
100% agree with you on that. It was just a stunner of a presentation. And the look of them were really beautiful as well, with the ruby chocolate and then the pistachios, just the color contrasts.
Yes.
I mean, it was, they were just so beautifully executed in that sense.
Yes. Yeah. Really gorgeous.
Yeah. You can forgive the untempered chocolate when you display it. Like, I mean, of course, again, we know it's last seconds. You're tempering chocolate on a warm thing. Good luck. If you get it, good on you. But when you can, it's one aspect, right? And so then when you get that display, when you get all those flavors, and I mean, clearly he's establishing himself as the flavor guy, right?
Definitely.
He plays with multiple flavors and knows how they dance well together.
Yes. Well, Vincent said, not sure if the chocolate needs to be tempered since he said it's a glaze. I feel like I heard Covey say something along the lines of, I don't know if I'm going to be able to temper this.
Yes.
So maybe,
and that's the only reason I would have thought temper is because he said it. Yeah.
That's the only reason. Yeah. Well, no, and Bruno also said it's not tempered.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're calling it a glaze, you can get away with it. But who knows? Was he trying to temper it and then decided not to, or
it could have been something as simple as he might have tempered it properly, and then if the balls were still too warm, they took the chocolate out of temper.
Right.
That could happen easily.
Definitely.
Yeah. If they were still too warm when he put them on, when he dipped them in the chocolate, absolutely. The tempered chocolate, though, had he executed that as he wanted, I think they would have been amazing, because then you would have had that like crunch of the chocolate. So from a textural standpoint, I think they would have been, I mean, I think on the way they were amazing too, with all the flavors, but
But you imagine it with that shell on it, and then that just brings it just that much more over the top. That would have been very lovely. Yes.
Yeah.
And they said the aroma when they were biting into it was amazing.
Yeah. An even cook and a very good example of his spices. Again,
Mhm.
yeah, definitely flavor king. All right, Margaret. Mardi Gras mashup donuts made with Noom Kong. Am I pronouncing that properly? Noom
Yep.
Kong dough
Yeah.
and a hard caramel, and then those colorful toasted sesame seeds.
Yeah.
I didn't think that
That
was
got
gonna
her on the
work.
website.
What's that?
Is her
Yeah, it got
recipe.
her on the
Yeah.
website.
Yeah, that was I've never seen colored sesame seeds. What a great idea.
Right? And how
That's a
she
great idea.
colored them
Yeah.
too, using the jars, which very, very
Yeah,
smart.
good way to get it even.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah.
was beautiful. When she was first doing it, I thought, oh, that's just gonna kind of make a weird blend together on top, but you could really see how the color popped. It was beautiful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say no, I was slightly skeptical is all I'm gonna say. I was just like, oh, haven't seen that before. And then wow, it was gorgeous. It looked fantastic. And a rice paper flower, which are so much fun
Hmm.
to do. I love doing those rice paper flowers in the oil. Have you
Yeah.
done that, Stephen?
I have not.
You should. It's super fun.
Ah,
I'm not allowed to fry things in my house. For exactly what you said, Chris
The
comes in, he
smell.
doesn't like the smell.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can deep
I
fry outside. That's what I usually do.
I was
So,
given the exemption on when I was on the holiday special
Yeah.
in the tent because I fried.
uh,
So I was given that small exemption. It's in writing. I got it notarized. But other than that, no dice. And I make really good potato latkes at Hanukkah time,
Oh,
mm,
but
mm.
I'm not allowed to make them. So if I need to make them, I have to go to someone else's house and make them.
You can't do
you
it
have to
outside?
come to my house and make them?
You could, I mean, but if I did them outside, I would use the barbecue and I would use sheet pans and fill them with oil. That's how
Okay.
I would do it.
Uh,
But trying
you
to
should,
keep a good, consistent temperature,
yeah, you
Yeah.
should get I have like a portable sort of electric,
a
um,
burner.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So
guess
that's
I
what I
could do that
use.
because they even have really inexpensive, relatively induction burners, a single
Yes,
induction
that's what
burner.
I have.
I've always
Yeah.
wanted an induction burner.
There you go. There's a good reason to get it so you can actually deep fry more stuff.
You're an enabler.
I am.
Yeah,
You're
Stace,
welcome. You're
Stace, they're
welcome.
making me buy things.
It's called being a friend.
Right? I'm just letting you know that, I'm a great out of the box thinker.
That
Uh-huh.
is very true. Very
So
true.
find different ways to
And if I
do
make them, where should I
something.
send them?
I'm
Oh,
sure you have lots of friends,
Uh,
coworkers,
I'm sure I could get
family.
them to the West Coast.
thank you.
Yeah.
That's all I want, please. All right.
You can send
So
them out here, but I'm not sure how good they would. Like a
that's true.
deep fried stuff needs to be eaten, I
Right
think,
away.
that day, right?
Yes.
That's when the flavor is the best and the
It's very
texture is
true.
the best. So,
All right, let's go back to Margaret.
yes.
Okay, her bake was alive and vibrant, and the sesame seeds being colored worked very well, and the sesame smell was intoxicating. I
Yes.
love it when they say something and you can
Mhm.
almost smell it yourself right there, you know?
Mhm. Yeah. And
That's the
again,
amazing thing about this show.
yeah.
You can
And
imagine.
I agree with you there. And I think just even how she put that together, again, really brilliant because obviously with the mochi
Mhm.
dough from her donut, you've got that, again, that beautiful texture. And I think they even, I think Bruno split it open and said, look at this
The
nice gooey
stretchy.
cut, right?
Yeah.
So you have that, but then you've got sort of that crunchy caramel on the outside with the sesame seeds. Like, I
Mm.
mean, textural dream in
Yeah.
terms of just hitting all of the marks that
Just
that
beautiful.
appeal to so many
He
people,
said, and he said the caramel
myself.
was cooked to perfection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ultimate fun food.
Yes.
I love it. That was just beautiful. Well done, Margaret. All right. Ryan. What did Ryan have? Cinnamon
Oh,
churro cones.
Ryan, these
Those
looked so
were
good.
they
Oh,
beautiful?
they were
And this is
gorgeous.
the
I was
second time Ryan has done Big Risk,
yeah,
and both times
it's one to
paid
watch.
off. Both times,
Yeah.
I mean, impressive.
I was a little
Absolutely.
worried at first. So when he was piping the dough around the cones And he
Hmm.
said, "Oh, it's falling apart. It's not working." And then he said, "I'm going to try again." I was just like, "Oh, please let them work," because the illustration of them looked so beautiful. The cross section with everything inside, which is so impressive how much
Mhm.
he managed to pack inside that
Yeah.
churro
Yeah.
cone.
Yeah.
Just gorgeous. I loved it. So, cinnamon churro cones. I am a big churro girl. When I'm on vacation, you better give me churros because that's when I get to eat them. Filled with chocolate, creme diplomat, freeze-dried raspberries, and toasted meringue.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
just beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they were the perfect carnival food. The flavors were amazing and they looked great. I mean, Kyla was very impressed with his control, as she said, his
Hmm.
piping control, and it came out just great. Yeah, you're always rooting for them when they try something that looks pretty difficult, and it's
Yes.
Mhm.
it's so nice when it comes together.
Oh,
Oh,
it was a
uh,
beautiful display.
Mhm.
gorgeous. Yeah. I think he knocked it out of the park on all fronts with that bake.
Yeah,
And even the
absolutely.
finishing touches with the little sprinkles, with the little cherry on top, and then he had like the little like gelato spoon, I think, that he put in there too. So
It was a
just
perfect little,
brilliant.
it felt like you were at the fair, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I would have picked up and walked. You could see people walking around with this in their hands, right? So Vincent had some comments. He did wonder why Ryan didn't go with fresh raspberries, and he thought maybe for crunch. And he said if they are like a chimney cake slash cone, I'm all in. They look amazing, and I think these would be what I would go after over and over again.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think, and correct me if I'm wrong, that he put the freeze-dried raspberry in the diplomat. I, th- I,
You know,
I,
I think
I
he
think he
did
did.
because
So
there
I
were
think he was just, yeah.
like in the illustration, it looked like they had layers,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
But
Definitely.
when he was actually mixing his creme diplomat, it looked like he had some sort of texture in there. So I don't know, because he also had walnuts in the bake too, I believe, some sort of nut
Right.
in the filling part. So I don't know if it was the walnuts that he maybe had folded into his creme diplomat and then still had the layers. I don't know, but
Yeah, because I mean, if he used the raspberries in the diplomat, or if he used it in the toasted meringue, freeze dried would be the way to go because you
mhm,
don't want to add moisture to either of those things.
totally. Yeah.
So
Hmm.
I can't imagine you would use it on its own because it's a little chalky. So
Yeah.
Right.
I think
Yeah.
that's why he wouldn't have used fresh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
unless you're folding in whole or chunks of raspberry into your diplomat, but you
Hmm.
have the concern of it could start to weep inside
Yeah.
there and
That's
ruin your diplomat. And they loved his diplomat, so
They
mhm,
did. Yes.
yeah. Totally
Good
great
point.
observation, Stephen, on that one.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good points.
thanks. Look at me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. There's a reason
Woo.
why we have you on with us.
I knew there was a reason. It took a long time to get to this one.
Only how many episodes in?
All right. We are going to talk about Tamara.
Tamara.
Orange and ginger toutons with rum, royal icing, and molasses caramel. Oh, okay. I have not had toutons before, but I have heard of them.
Mm.
And I was
I
excited to see what she did.
Yeah, and I love how Newfoundland is part of every single bake that Tamara does.
Yes. Yeah.
Obviously loves where she's from, and I'm so happy to see all of these amazing things that I had
Mhm.
not heard of before
Yeah. Jig's
come to
dinner.
life in her bakes.
Yes.
And yeah, and so much fun. And molasses caramel, yes, please, all day long.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely.
And we
Did,
would be remiss if we didn't use the quote of maybe the best quote in 9 years
Oh,
of the
such a
show.
good
absolutely.
You
quote.
can deep fry a cat turd and it will
It will
probably
probably
taste
taste
good.
good.
Who's gonna try this one, Stephen? Is this your challenge for the week?
I will
Challenge
deep fry
not
it.
Who
accepted.
has a cat?
I will
Who
happily deep fry it,
who has
but
a
I will
cat?
not
Outside.
try it. No,
Yeah,
no, no,
no.
no. I was in Africa and we were walking through I can't remember where it was. We were in sub-Saharan Africa and we were walking, and the guide who was walking with us told us of this game that they play, and where they find essentially petrified antelope buckshot, and you put a piece in your mouth and you spit it, and it's petrified, so it's got no flavor, it's got no, and it's you spit for distance, and almost everyone did it. And I'm like, I think they're making fun of North Americans here, and they're trying to see if they can put antelope turds in our mouth. So I said, I will take the pictures and document it instead. So I
You
will
are
try the
smart.
cat turd, but I will not eat the cat turd. Thank you
We'll
very
need a
much.
volunteer to taste.
I'm
I-
thinking that might not be very healthy for you. I mean, you're the medical expert here, Lisa. What do you think?
Once it's deep fried, I mean, it's not going to do much
Right?
damage to you.
The ultimate sterilization
But
situation.
my thoughts are you're going to have to put some kind of breading on it,
Oh yeah.
obviously.
You don't want it to break
And
up.
and also, yeah, no. And also, you never use that deep fryer ever again.
No.
No,
No, you're not reusing that oil.
no. But I can't believe we're actually talking about actually deep frying a cat turd. Obviously, we're not going to do that, although
No.
Tamara, thank you for
that line
for
was a
that
good-
line, because
yes.
I agree with Stephen completely that it was the absolute best line of all 9 seasons, and dare I say, probably the whole franchise of
Wow.
Mm,
High praise.
amazing. That was so good. So good.
That was, I really like, I think Tamara had a lot of good lines, and it was really fun to see
Yeah.
her personality on the show. Okay, so the judges said that it was a bit inconsistent in shape, but it was really tasty, and I think the glaze was Bruno's favorite part with the rum in it.
Yes.
Did you
Mhm.
say it was not Newfoundland rum,
It was Newfoundland
or
rum.
was it?
Yes.
Okay.
It had the little container that they had
Screech?
showed.
Screech container?
It's actually said Newfoundland rum on
Okay.
it. So
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was no talk of screeching anyone in. I kind of thought there might be. Oh well. I got screeched in. Did you know that? I had to kiss a You know about screeching? Screeching
I
in?
saw that Duff recently got screeched in.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is another thing Christina has to learn about. But
No
it's okay.
kidding.
I don't know enough about it to properly teach it, but we should look it up because someone at my work did that for me. It's screeching in. You have to have the Newfoundland rum. I believe the Newfoundland rum is the screech. And then you have to kiss is it a trout? A fish. You have to kiss a fish. That's where I'm leaving it, but you have to look it up because
I
I'm
would think maybe a
horrible.
cod if it's Newfoundland.
Oh, cod. Yeah, it's a cod.
Yeah, would
Thank
have
you.
to be a
I was
cod.
like, what in the world is it? Yes, you have to kiss a
I
cod
should ask my brother-in-law.
on the lips.
Newfoundland.
Yeah, we should get some more information on this. I mean, it's nothing to do with baking whatsoever, but it's just such a fun and funny tradition. But I'm really interested in where the roots of it are coming from. So, but it was lovely to have to be an honorary Newfoundlander for that period of time. I don't know if it lasts. I don't know if I'm just going to talk myself into a hole, so I'm going to shut up now. But we're gonna I would like to look it up a little bit more information about it. Yeah, so I think that was great. The toutons were great. Have a touton or do a touton.
Yeah.
I think that's what she said. That's
Mhm.
fabulous. I really want to try those. Candied orange and ginger with rum. I mean, and you said it, the molasses caramel.
Yeah. Yeah. But Tamara's not wrong. Everything tastes great.
When you
Deep
deep fry it, yeah. And when you put rum on it.
Even better.
Right.
How do you improve something that's already
No.
fantastic?
Rum's my poison, so no rum for me.
No, I know. I'll take all your rum. That's okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Zoe. Another
Okay.
mochi.
This was one of my favorites. I loved every element of this bake. I'm a huge
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh no, I just loved her presentation. I loved the fact that it was lemon. And I just loved the color of it, how it was presented. It was like, I loved it.
Yeah.
They looked phenomenal.
Mhm.
I mean, they sounded great, and I'm sure they tasted great.
Yeah.
But the look of those was just, it was precision work. It was great.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Lemon mochi dough balls on a stick with a lemon glazed toasted meringue and rainbow cereal.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, this was a very carnival type of bake.
Yeah.
Definitively. So the judges said that her glaze was very even and it was fried to perfection, but they also said it could have used a little bit of something else in the center and not just the lemon glaze on the outside. What would you guys put in there if you were to take that advice?
So the tough part is you fill it with something. I mean, if you want to really club someone over the head with some lemon, you get curd in there,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, that's true.
you gotta kind of semi-freeze it because you really risk it exploding out because it would get so hot it would explode out of the
Yeah.
middle, and there's
Could
just no
you
time to freeze it.
could you inject it after the fact?
I
Like
guess
just
you
like,
could, yeah.
yeah, just use like a little piping tip and then just
Hmm.
inject a little bit of that curd in
Yeah,
there.
like filling a donut. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the other thing you could have done was maybe had like use some of the deep fried, still deep fried. My brain's deep fried. Excuse me. The freeze dried fruits, you could have probably added those into the dough before frying them, or some sort of fruit or something like that, or
Like an accent.
yeah, like maybe raspberry or blueberry, cherry bits, all sorts of things that could have
Mhm.
probably gone well with that. Or you could have even maybe done even the sprinkles and carried the sprinkles. I don't know, just some thoughts. I thought they were
I wouldn't have
perfect.
changed them. I would have
I
eaten
know.
them
I
just
wouldn't
like
have
I
that.
changed
think
them
that
at
was
all.
all
I
I would have
actually made a
wanted.
note. I'm like,
I'm not a judge.
I
Give me
don't
lemon.
normally, I
Lemon,
don't
lemon,
nor
lemon.
yeah, I don't normally disagree with Kyla because I think she's usually spot on stuff. This one was one that I'm like, Kyla, really? Did you need something more? Because I thought there was a lot already there. But I'll
Yeah.
trust your judgment because we didn't actually taste them, but they sounded phenomenal
But
just the way they were.
lemon, and then you get the mochi dough, right? So I mean,
Mm,
there's a lot. I think there's still a lot going on. I think she
for
did an
sure.
excellent job with that.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Great first bake for everyone, by the way.
Yeah,
That was
there
awesome.
was. It was one of the better. Like there was no one who was just like had an off day.
Yeah.
It was
No,
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
what a great strong start.
Fabulous flavors, fun, nostalgic, just
Yeah.
everything that you would want to expect or that you would expect from Carnival Week.
See what happens
Definitely.
when you fry things?
Frying things
Right?
is
Only
good.
good can
Yeah.
come of it.
My
Only
house still
good,
smells. Yeah.
except for the house smells.
My house still smells. It's 2 days since I did
They
mine.
roll, but they get to roll up the tent and put it away for a year. So
Yeah, yeah, I don't get to do that in my house.
no.
All right, our technical bake was a Maltese dessert called Prignolata. 2 hours and 15 minutes. This was it's under the umbrella of no bake desserts, but I mean you have a a vanilla sponge or a lemon sponge cake. You have chocolate cookies, those things you have to cook. You have an Italian meringue, you have amaretto buttercream. All of this stuff gets thrown together and you have to toast all your nuts, of course. And I was very pleased to see that everybody was getting a good toast on their nuts. And bake a sponge, bake some cookies, smush them all up together with some buttercream, and then you get this.
Oh, look at you.
Nice. Look at
Aha.
that. So
You.
cute.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, have you had a bite yet?
I have not. It is fully complete still. I managed to get that all put together. It doesn't seem like CBC is putting out the technical recipes. So I had to make
Wow.
my own.
And I guess it could be a no bake insofar as if you wanted to, you can just buy the sponge, buy the cookies, and
Yeah.
off
Put
to
it
the
in.
races.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just-
definitely. It was an interesting sort of bake. I have never seen it before. I couldn't hear what it was called, so I had to do a little bit of research on that because I thought for some reason it was a pignolata, which is the deep fried again, like these little squiggly deep fried honey covered things, and I'm like, that is not the same thing. Anyway, so they had 2 hours and 15 minutes to do this. Nuts, cookies, sponge, buttercream, meringue, cherries, drizzle, all of that. And wow.
5 pages of instructions, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
Yeah, you
that's a
hate
lot.
that. Yeah, when
Yeah.
that happens, it's just everything. The little hairs stand up. You get a little because you really want to read
Read
it
it.
through before you
Mhm.
begin. That's a
Yes.
lot, and your body is telling you go, 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 go,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and that's a lot to go through beforehand. And then your brain is also telling you you can't do it. There's no way. There's not
No.
enough
Yeah.
time. That's
So
5 pages.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Stephen, so what is the strategy then? Could you give us an insight or tip on what is the best thing, especially if you're coming to a technical and there are 5 pages of instructions? How would you chunk that down? Would you have like a quick peruse and go, okay, I'm good, like you have a general idea, or do you like
I
what is,
would I would read it over, not in detail.
yeah.
I would
Mhm.
read it over just to see, what needs, in what order are we doing things here? Because generally, you can see cake and then you can see cookie. Okay, I know how to make a cake. I know how to make cookies. Okay, so this is, a recipe is always written in the order that you make the things. The ingredients are laid out in the order you're going to use them, right? All recipes are the same that way. So that's what you got to do. You just got to, something I did in high school, exam time. They would give us the exams, and as soon as they say, okay, time starts now, and you get to flip your page over, the first thing I would do, and I apologize for any of my high school friends who are listening and were near me when this happened, I would lay my head down on the desk. I would give myself a minute to just close my eyes and not think about anything.
Oh, you would have totally freaked me out if
Clear
I
my
was
head.
sitting behind you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because my
let's
feeling
stay
was,
on
if
it. What
if I need that extra minute, I'm screwed anyway. So I'm giving and same idea. Stop, take a breath, and try to compose yourself, because as soon as they say go, and I don't care if it's bake 1 or bake 27, you are like on your everything is firing, high alert, and you just gotta take a breath, slow down,
Yeah.
and this is a good time to read and just and flip through it and go, and now you can go forward, and it's going to be fine
Did you
because
put
they've
your head down on the
I
on the
never put
station?
my head, no, no. I
that
just
would
I
have
would
been
lean
awesome.
on the counter and I would read through it, and I'd look around. Where is everything, unless it was that Delizia Limone, and like no, not the Delizia, the one before that, the Babo rum
Oh,
baba.
Baba Rum,
Oh,
yeah.
Like,
love that
where's
one.
my mixer? Why is there no mixer here? That was the first thing when I walked in there. Where's my mixer? Oh, good, we don't need it. And then you read the recipe to realize, oh, they just took it away to make it harder for us.
Mhm.
Great.
So, but you can, the 5 pages is not necessarily bad because you're getting a lot of instruction.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Back to that Delizia Limone from the finale, it it could have been longer than 5 pages, but by then it literally said make curd,
Make of this,
Yeah.
make that.
make
Yeah.
this, make, there was no instruction,
Yeah.
right? Because
So
if you've made it that far, you better know how to make a curd, you better know how to make a creme pat, things like that.
yeah, that's
And
totally fair.
along those lines, if I can say, when Bruno said that the Italian meringue is a difficult one, I take exception with that. If you're in the tent, you know how to make Italian meringue. Italian meringue is not difficult. Come on.
It's
Although I did see Ryan's crystallize, but
mhm.
I'd like, for me, I don't know. I've had it crystallize when I make caramel, but never when I get it to 240, it never
Mhm.
gets hot enough to actually crystallize. I was shocked that his crystallized, so I wonder if he went beyond that
Maybe. Yeah.
temperature. But generally, I mean, Italian meringue, it's Italian meringue.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's not that
Yeah.
difficult.
No.
I mean, it's
It-
difficult for a lot of people, but if you're in the
Mhm.
tent, I don't think it's difficult for you.
I think people are just scared by it because it's that hot sugar syrup, right? And I
Right.
think that freaks people out. But you're right. It's not the making of Italian meringue isn't necessarily that much more difficult than making a Swiss meringue. It's
No,
it's
I think
combining
French
it
meringue is the hard one
right
because you got to
and
be so
more
patient. A little bit of sugar, a little bit
right.
of sugar, and then
I
you're going to bake it and they're going to crack it. Like, who wants it?
right. I'm with you.
But
I'm
don't forget,
agreeing with you a lot this episode.
there are also people who are in the tent who have experience with lots of other things, but maybe not with making meringue, right? Like I
That's
have
fair
not
too.
made a lot of different types of meringues.
Yeah.
But
To
when
tell
you
you
get
it's
the
not
but
one
when
that
you
I
get the call to go in the tent, you're going to practice.
Okay.
Probably.
Maybe they didn't know what to practice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I don't think any of the
It doesn't
bakers
seem
said
like
that
anyone had any
I
trouble
don't
with
think
it.
any of the bakers said it was difficult. I think it was
Right.
only Bruno who said it was difficult. And
Yeah.
that's to maybe to the audience, because again, if you're watching and you're a casual baker, it
Mhm.
would be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I oh my goodness, it's in a time ring. But when
Yeah.
once you've made it in there, there's certain things, it's sort of like, when you watch the British Bake Off and they don't know how to make pat a choux. And
Mhm.
no, of course why are you in the tent if you don't know how to make pat a choux? When I first applied in season 1 and I had the phone interview, that was one of the questions they asked me was, do you make pat a choux? And
Mhm.
I I remember thinking, what's pat a choux? I have no idea.
I
So
remember this
my
story.
response
Mhm.
was, I do. It's not great, but I'm working on it.
Yeah.
And then when I hung up and I know that they had thrown my application in the garbage, I looked up pat a choux. It took me 5 attempts at spelling it right so I could actually find it on the
Yes.
internet.
You're like, pat a
Yeah,
shoe.
there's certain things that,
Yeah.
once you get in the tent, you know what you're doing. You know what you're
Yeah.
doing. So,
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
clearly they all knew what they were doing.
Mhm.
They
And
did.
even with that hiccup that Ryan had with the crystallization, he knew how to fix it. He recovered very nicely from it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
there didn't seem to be anybody who was really just like freaking out with
no,
it.
but
Yeah.
that was a lot. That's a lot to do. Bake a
Mhm.
It
cake,
is.
A
bake
lot of
cookies.
elements.
A lot of elements, yes. All right. So did anybody have any sort of issues throughout? I'm just double checking
You had
here.
some undercooked cookies.
Yeah.
A
Some
few
Oh,
people
people,
right.
had undercooked cookies. You had some poor distribution.
mhm.
Hmm.
People who
Some people
crumbled their
broke it up a
cookies too
little too
much.
much. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ryan's only issue, he was the one who compressed it too much
Yeah.
and it was too dense.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm interested to see what mine's gonna look like when I when I cut
And
into
Zoe
it.
put the pool of chocolate, which I thought
Right.
was a nice look,
I
but
did
That's
but
so
then
too.
but then Bruno dinged her because it's supposed to be, and of course we don't know what it's supposed to be, right? So
No,
good
Right.
for her for
no.
getting artistic, but
Right.
it made a divot because of that.
Yeah.
So
I didn't really see how it flattened out the meringue too much, but um yeah, everybody did well, I
yeah,
think.
Yeah.
everyone did well, but
Yeah.
everyone had one thing it seemed that was like a little off, and that happens
Yeah.
with the technical, that
Yeah.
you're really you're just at the mercy of this recipe that you're given that is written in cups and not in grams.
Unbelievable. I can't,
That
I
shocked.
still can't believe that they're done in cups.
Yeah.
Very,
Oh,
very
did they
upsetting.
even? So here's another question for you though. During the technical, do you have access to a scale if you
Mhm.
wanted one?
Yep, yep.
Oh, okay.
And I did
So
that.
did you
Yeah.
convert?
It
Yes,
converted.
yes and no.
Okay.
Because my concern was, they've given it to us in cups. Should I be using cups? Right. But then,
Oh,
when they say
yeah.
cups, am I scooping it? Am I supposed to float it in? If I'm floating it in, I'm using the scale. So
Yeah.
I think after a week or two, it became, we're using the scale. I know
Okay.
what my measurements are. I'm going to use the scale. If it's a liquid measurement, I'll happily use a cup. If it's a
Yeah.
dry measurement, I'm using a scale.
Yeah. But that is tricky, especially when you've got high humidity levels in
Mhm.
the tent. Like that's going to make things like flour a lot heavier,
Mhm.
right? Or specifically flour would be the one that I would be probably most concerned about, or, any dry ingredient, right? But
Yeah.
yeah.
And now you say high humidity. I know we're going off topic a little bit here, but I saw the social media that they
This was
posted.
cold.
Cold.
It's
Again,
cold.
you can't tell season 5 that it's cold. We had the hottest one ever in the history of man. Like you can't, don't show me a parka in the middle of the summer, please. It's very upsetting.
So you would have welcomed that
Oh,
in the
I would
tent.
have welcomed 28 degrees just
Yeah.
once. That would
Wow.
have been nice. A nice little
Yeah.
change.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Would have been great.
Yeah. But
All
no,
right.
going back to the Prinulata though, I think everybody did a beautiful job with it. And I think Stephen, you mentioned it, for the most part, there were a couple of things, maybe some flavors that weren't as strong,
Some
here and there, but
cookies mealy cookies or,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
weak amaretto over crumbled cookies, just little things like that. We have some amazing quotes again. Ryan, never heard of it, never seen it, so it's gonna be good, right? Zoe, there's something to be said for amaretto and sugar. Alan, what is there to be said? And Zoe just looks at him like he's a complete idiot. She's like, it's delicious.
That was
That
awesome.
was great. That was beautiful. Yeah.
And Joe, I gotta say, I think she's flat out lied. She
What?
said, it's going to test your patience. I have no patience. And I thought, no, 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 no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, no.
Joe,
She has
Joe,
patience.
when you're as meticulous as she is, meticulous equals patience. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm not buying it. Maybe she doesn't have patience in some things, but when it's in the kitchen,
Yeah.
when you're that
Yeah.
meticulous, you're patient. Because
Maybe it's the waiting
I,
that she doesn't like, right?
maybe.
When because she was idle. And I think that's
I don't think
maybe,
she's ever idle.
I don't think she's idle.
Yeah.
So I'm calling her out on that. I think she's more patient than she gives herself credit for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. She also said, I'll make it look pretty, whether or not it looks as though it's supposed to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet she did a great job. Yeah, meringue was nicely toasted for her, and yeah, everybody did great. So,
What was our order?
Covey was eighth. Tamara was seventh. We have Joe in sixth, Dominic in fifth, Ryan in fourth. Where am I? Where's third?
Zoe in third.
There it is, Terry. Thank you. Zoe in third, and Jennifer in second, and then Margaret placed first in the technical.
Oh,
Congratulations, Margaret.
Yes.
congratulations, Margaret, as
Very,
well.
very
She did
strong
well
week
in the
for
signature. I
her.
mean, everyone did well in the signature, but she was a bit of a standout in the signature, and she
Yeah,
won the technical,
Yep.
going in hot to the showstopper.
very, very
Absolutely.
good.
Yep.
And
Along with
uh,
Jennifer had a really good showing as well in both the
Yep.
signature and in the technical. And then of course the judges were wowed by the fried hand pies
oh
that both
yes, yeah,
Dominic and Joe made.
yes, absolutely, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So a couple of people that were struggling, perhaps. I mean, in a very, very strong start to this week. Tamara and Kavi were maybe just a little bit behind just because of the technical, nothing to do with
Yep.
their signature at all. So we move into the showstopper with the carnival cookie mask, and they had 4 hours to
Oh,
make.
Yeah. I
man,
love this
Holy
one because
elaborate.
this
this,
is all, I mean, this is a real showstopper. And unfortunately, it also tells me, fortunately or unfortunately, that there's not going to be a cookie week.
Yeah, I was thinking that too because
Yeah.
there was a lot of cookie elements to
yeah.
this
We've
week.
And
had cookies in the technical, and now we got a cookie. So there's no cookie week, but that's okay because
Because
this
we got cookies.
showstopper was amazing.
Oh, was
phenomenal.
gorgeous.
And
Yes.
yeah, and I mean, and even without a cookie week, I think this would have been the cookie week,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Like, you know what I mean? Like it was incredible. I had so much fun watching the showstopper part of it and just seeing everybody's creative genius come out on their bakes. And
Yes.
I feel so bad for Bruno and Kyla that they had to make a decision on
Mhm.
on all of these, because seriously the skill that was shown, the creativity, just the imagination of
Yeah.
putting this all together,
Yeah.
and all the elements that went into doing this, like mad props to all of the bakers
Yes.
this week. Like, wow.
Just stunning, amazing creations and the different interpretations
Mhm.
of a cookie mask was they it was so fascinating to see
Yeah.
how everybody interpreted it. So Dominic started off with starts us off with a Demon of Bali mask. And
Yes. When
that
he mentioned, as soon as he mentioned 6 or 7 layers, I was
Mhm.
intrigued right away.
And
Because
boy,
you're gonna get a really three-dimensional look. It's going to be, if you pull it off, and I'm
Mhm.
going to tell you, I had the good fortune of meeting him in season 8
yeah.
in Montreal at the open auditions, and he made a cookie box filled with baked goods that included cookies, and I said, "This is his wheelhouse." Like I saw what he did there.
Yeah.
He's going to pull this off. It wasn't a matter of was he going to.
You were excited.
I was very excited. Yeah. And
Nice.
I remember what his stuff tasted like, so I was very excited because now that we've seen him for 3 weeks and he's doing all these things. So as soon as he started talking about, even though I didn't, I hear ketchup madness and I'm thinking you're putting ketchup on a praying mantis and I'm not eating that. But apparently way, way wrong. That's just reduced soy sauce to give you that umami flavor.
Yep.
Yes, it's sweet soy sauce reduction. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know ketchup madness I've only heard of a few times before. But it's a very interesting that he put that with gingerbread and coconut pineapple cookies.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
So-
With the jackfruit. Yeah.
With the jackfruit jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dominic, I
Makes
mean, if we're
cookies.
going to talk about flavor, Dominic,
Mhm.
he comes up with some incredible combinations and tasty ideas. So
Yeah. I
yeah.
agree with you. And
Yes.
like just again, the detail
Yeah.
of everything and how many elements there were to his bake.
Yeah,
Just
I know.
And
I'm
the artistry,
Yeah.
with it. I mean, it
Beautiful.
was just beautiful.
Yeah, fantastic.
spectacular.
It looks like he used meringue cookies to make the teeth. Do you think?
I don't know.
Don't know.
They were very shiny and white. They looked really pretty, but there was no mention of it. But I was like, that's impressive. Just this few little teeth. You would have to make a whole batch of meringue you'd have to make a batch of meringue, whatever size of the batch. But to get all those teeth piped into, I don't know. Dominic, please correct me and tell me what you used to make the teeth. They were very pretty, shiny, white teeth. Let's move on to what Vincent had to say. Holy smokes, it looks amazing. The roughness of some of the icing works because it looks like real hand-painted masks. And I have to agree with that. That was just gorgeous. And caramel to hold the 7 layers together. It was astounding how
Yeah.
beautiful that was. Yeah.
I don't think there was anything that he could have done differently to make that any more spectacular than
No.
every single element was. It was
I don't think we heard a negative. If there
No.
was, it was on the cutting room floor, but we heard nothing.
Yeah.
and I don't understand how there would be a negative with that, to
Yeah.
be honest with you,
No.
because it was just stunning, spectacular in
Mhm.
every sense of every detail. Like
Yeah.
really.
Would have
He
liked
was
to taste
missing
it.
one thing though.
Oh, what?
And I'm going to create another segue. He was missing meat. And that brings us to Jennifer.
Good. What a great segue.
Well done. What a good
Look at
segue.
you.
He was missing meat. Well, jackfruit is a substitute for meat.
That's true.
Oh, no, no, no.
Yes, yes,
Meat
yes.
is a substitute for meat.
All right. You've never
Jennifer
had
knows. Meat
jackfruit.
floss. Meat floss. For goodness
Jennifer.
sake, it is a self-cleaning food. It cleans your teeth while you eat it. It's meat floss.
Pork. Everybody wants to clean their teeth with pork.
Yes.
Pork floss.
Pork floss. Pork floss and
Genius.
seaweed
The
cookie.
girl is a genius.
Oh my goodness. Umami, baby.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I love how she went all savory this
I
week
know.
with her bakes.
Pork floss and seaweed cookie, sesame scallion cookie.
Sesame
Please
scallion,
get in
yeah.
my belly. And
Totally.
soy sauce icing. Yeah,
I don't know
we're
how
all
she pulled that off.
stunned. We're all stunned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did she
Yeah.
just use soy sauce and icing sugar? What
I
did
do
she
not know.
do to make it icing? Is it sweet at all? Is it what happened? I don't get it. But
They
she-
didn't really provide a whole lot of information on exactly, what that would be. Like if it was like a sweet, salty,
Mhm.
then I guess you would have that icing, maybe use that icing sugar base. That's a good question.
I want to taste it. I really want to taste this. So she made a dancing lion mask, which was just gorgeous,
Beautiful.
just absolutely beautiful. Vincent was talking, oh, judge's notes. Piped cookies show good technique and it tasted like a pancake. Pork floss cookie is confusing on the palate, but the flavors are present and it was baked properly. And of course, Vincent loved this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says he's curious about how the savory flavors will translate, especially the pork floss. And I have to agree. I'm most curious about the soy sauce icing. Everything else, I'm like, yeah, yep, I'll take it all. Steven.
Oh, I want it. I would not be confused. There'd be no
Well-
confusion. It's pork floss.
What would you, I know, what would you do for soy sauce icing?
What would I do for soy sauce icing?
Yeah. What do you think that?
I don't know that I'm bright enough to think of soy sauce icing.
Yes, Jennifer, amazing job.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I love the fearlessness that this girl has in the tent.
Yep. Yeah. It was just beautiful to see. I so want to eat that. Like I'm really hungry now thinking about that. All right. Joe had a party in Rio showgirl mask. And I, as a baby Swiftie, was all about this. I was excited that she did a showgirl mask before anybody knew that Taylor Swift's latest album or new album, which was to come out months later, was Life of a Showgirl. And it was inspired by her ex-husband's Brazilian wife, which the family dynamic that that they have, it is so impressive to me. I just love that they are all this one big blended family who just makes sure that their kids are happy and they choose to enjoy spending time with each other. It's great.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
It's hard enough to do just in one room and having the standard family, the 1950s family. That's a tough one. But you start branching out and these kids and these kids and this spouse and this. That was great. That was when, I had a flow chart started developing in my head as she's describing it.
Yes.
And that there was an ode to all the people going on in her cookie was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when she started, as she would say, playing with her food and she's modeling, that was like, wow. I never would have thought. First of all, I don't even know what it is. They use the word a few times.
Beijinhos. They're actually a Portuguese beijinhos. That means little kisses in Portuguese. And they're like, I grew up with them because, of course, with my Portuguese background. So when they came out, I'm like, oh, yes, how clever, how brilliant. So basically, it's like condensed milk with coconut. I think she said she added some cloves in there as well for flavor.
For Vincent,
For Vincent, just for Vincent.
Yeah, and some butter as well. So it's just like a little and usually they're like little truffles, right? You roll them up and roll them in coconut and they're like a little coconut truffle. They're delicious and amazing. But I thought this was so brilliant of her to use that to give depth and that perspective to her mask. I thought, this woman, I love her.
I know.
Just
I know.
saying.
She used it like Play-Doh.
Yeah.
It just created this
great.
mask, the three-dimensional.
And then creating those the window pane cookies.
Yes. Again, brilliant.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Like maximum effect for, and I don't want to diminish anything, but like little effort, right? So you do you know what I mean? Like you do your cutout, you put in your crushed candy in there, and then the magic happens. Like really, really smart, efficient, effective, everything.
I mean, there's something to be said for working smarter, not harder, right? You've got a lot of elements to do for this. So make one of them incredibly impressive looking with little effort.
Yep.
Less effort. No, I mean,
less effort.
Still effort.
Because
definitely not diminishing.
No, because there's on this one, so much time has to be given for decoration.
Yes.
Right? There's a lot of baking that goes on, but the decoration. So if you can bake your decoration, and in that case, that one component, there's nothing to decorate. You've done it just by the baking.
It's an Andre bake.
It's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then with the using the beijinhos with her other cookie, and then just the decor on that was all the gold leaf. And
Oh, yeah.
holy, I never realized the Great Canadian Baking Show had that much of a great budget in place to use
I
all
think
the
that all
gold
that
leaf.
gold leaf is left over from when, oh my goodness, what was her name? The first judge,
Oh,
Rochelle.
Oh,
From when
Michelle?
Rochelle was on,
Yeah.
because she was all about the gold. And I think that everyone was impressing her. And so they bought tons and tons of gold, and then she was gone and they got nothing to do with the gold. They probably have like a room filled with this gold leaf.
There you go. So they got it at a great price
Yeah,
back.
but when
That would
gold
have
was
been
cheap,
10
yeah.
years, 9 years ago.
excellent.
She
That's
probably asked
good
for some gold
Joe.
leaf, like, yeah, we got as much as you
We got
want.
lots. How much do you need?
So she made pineapple shortbread, mango crinkle cookie, and then the coconut beijinho. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, beijinho.
Beijinho. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Very, very well done.
And tasty.
Yes.
Yeah, the
Very,
mango was
it would be
bright and
tasty.
fresh, and
Mango and pineapple.
yeah.
How can you go
Mm.
wrong, right?
Nope. And with the coconut in there with the beijinhos, yeah, just
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, so good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Kavi visited our peacocks in my fair city. And yes, they are lovely. And his daughter loved the peacocks here in Victoria. So he
Yes.
decided he would
Peacock,
make
peacock,
peacock.
peacock.
That is exactly what they sound like. Sometimes they sound like they're saying help. You know, we're walking around in the park and you hear it's a peacock screaming for help. Anyway, that was my peacock impression. You didn't know you were going to get today. So
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We can wrap up now, right?
Chocolate gingerbread mask and brown butter spiced biscuit. Oh,
Mhm.
covered in marzipan, decorated as peacock for his daughter. Yes. Just beautiful. I mean, you put brown butter in anything.
I know.
And I've never had
Bruno's heart,
chocolate
my
gingerbread, so that
No.
sounded good. No,
did.
that sounded good to me.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree with you. And I think that brown butter spice biscuit that he had too. I mean, Bruno was super excited because, of course,
He
he's
would be.
a fan of butter, and then make it brown
Brown
butter. And
butter.
he's like, yeah, giddy.
Yes.
And he was like, I love how they edited that part in where he was just like, oh, can
Yeah.
we try the brown butter cookie now? Yeah. It was so cool. That was really fun.
The judge's notes, according to Vincent, looks antique, looks a
Mhm.
little rushed, well-crafted gingerbread that's very chocolate forward, and the brown butter biscuit was nutty and very nice.
Yeah.
Vince's only comment was that it looked a little bit rough on the finishing.
Yeah, it definitely did. And I'm sure
Yeah.
I mean, he knew that. He saw that.
Yeah.
The sketch was good, the result not so much. And that seemed to be, my guess was not an ability thing, that was a time crunch thing.
A time,
Yeah.
always.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But nailed the flavors.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Like,
exactly.
absolutely nailed
As he
the
does.
flavors.
As
Mhm.
he does. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Margaret made that Dapper Devil with Lebkuchen and citrus butter cookies. That marzipan nose just like haunts my dreams. So big, and wow, that just made it, right? Because then all of a sudden it turns from this flat cookie to this face, this
Dimension.
three-dimensional, terrifying face that apparently
Mhm.
Anne said looked like her, someone she dated in the past.
Yeah.
which was
And then
very-
And as
Margaret
Margaret
added.
said, yeah, after you finished with him.
Yes.
To which Anne went, "Oh, Margaret."
Margaret's hilarious. Anne is hilarious. Margaret's hilarious. It's so much fun to
That was
watch
fun.
that type of banter. I'm so happy when they show us those little moments.
Yeah.
Okay, so citrus butter cookie. Oh yeah, the wafer paper decorations.
Mhm.
The judges said it looked good, and the citrus cookie was just a tad underbaked. And it looked like it was carved, which it absolutely did.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Which they are. It's a carved mask,
yeah.
right? Generally. So
Yeah.
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 Very, very cool. And I just loved it. And I loved how it was a bit different from everybody else's, right?
Mhm.
That one
Yes.
just really stood out in my mind,
Yeah.
of just, really taking it to another level of interpretation and again, the execution with all
Yes.
the dimension, with the wafer paper, how it kind
Yeah.
of,
Curled up.
yeah, curled
Yeah.
up and yeah.
It has been, it's just beautiful to see how everybody, I mean, I don't know how many iterations they had before they landed on these final ideas for their bake, but just how everybody interpreted it and brought the three-dimensionality and the decorations. I don't know if that's a word. And the decorations and everything just to make a beautiful, spectacular presentation to give to the judges and for us to see. It's just wonderful.
Yeah. And you can see that there was a lot of thought behind their
Everything.
creations this week.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'd seen something earlier on one of the advertising clips, I think, where and I'm not sure who or maybe it was like Dominic's IG page, that I think somebody mentioned, I don't know who it was, but they mentioned that this was the week that they were a bit more reserved about or unsure about as
Okay.
well,
Yeah.
because I mean it was the first carnival week, and
Yeah.
I think they just weren't really sure what they were expecting, but they were most hesitant about their bakes for this week. And I don't know why, after seeing it all fully executed and seeing all the beauty that was put out,
Yeah.
I think, yeah,
Yeah.
again, I loved the entire week. I loved every single bake.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I just loved the assignments that they were given basically, and then to see how everybody came up with something so different. The flavors all just sound so appealing.
Hmm.
Um, and
For sure.
speaking of that, we can move on to Ryan and his blueberry
Oh,
pinwheels.
Tamara. Oh yeah, Brian's first.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, our so Brian did a jester mask and chocolate cayenne gingerbread. Again, chocolate.
Mhm.
Chocolate gingerbread
Chocolate
with that
gingerbread,
little
but
hit
with
of the
cayenne.
cayenne in there.
Yes.
Yeah. He
Yes.
likes spicy, and I like that because I like my gingerbread spicy already, and
Mhm.
I'd
Yeah.
never thought to put cayenne. So
Oh,
that's we're getting into gingerbread season, so that's going into my
yeah.
back pocket.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes, exactly. And then the blueberry pinwheels as part of the decoration. I
Mhm.
thought that was really beautiful, just to make another cookie and then just use the cookie as part of the jester hat
Mhm.
on there. I thought that was great. Judges said great blueberry. It was fruit first, sugar second. Spice level on the chocolate may have been a little too much. Yeah.
They're lightweights though. Bruno and Kyla, when it comes to spice, they're a little bit goes a long way with them.
Mm.
And I think you still have to. Ryan talks about it, about putting, because he wants the kick. You still have
Mhm.
to bake for yourself, and that's what you got to
Mm.
do, and that's what he
Yeah.
does.
Were
Yeah.
we not advised by Vincent last week that when you think that you have the right amount, you need to put more in?
Because the spices are muted. The
Yes.
Right.
spices you're given are muted for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you have your own
It's a
spices.
Unless
it's
you
a
have your own
balance.
spices.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know what? When they said he had good blueberry, again, that's one of those flavors, even if it's a filling, that's
Mhm.
not always easy to impart. And so I noted that they liked the blueberry,
Yeah.
that he had strong piping skills. He showed strong piping
Yes.
skills.
Yeah.
With the royal
I
icing.
got a
Yeah.
chuckle out of something he said because it is exactly my world, where he said, I think it was his wife who reminds him less is more, so
Yeah.
I'll do a little bit more.
It
Yeah. That
sounded
was
just like
awesome.
you,
And
Stephen.
and I have a daughter who tells me, "Dad, less is more." And I'm like, "Yeah, but just a little more couldn't hurt."
Just a little. It won't hurt. Just a little bit more. Yeah.
Ryan is a man after your own heart.
Well,
Right?
it paid
Yeah.
off because it was a beautiful mask, and
Yes.
you're right, his piping skills are like
Top
amazing.
notch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Top notch. All right. Tamara did her ode to Jelly Bean Row, which I thought was a great idea.
I love. Yeah.
Yes, it was great. So anise and tahini shortbread cookies. The jelly bean row, the buildings themselves were made with wafer paper. and I really liked her design, and it broke my heart when she dropped the mask and it broke. I mean, oh, it was so quiet in that tent, and then to have that silence broken by that, oh, it hurt.
But she was a real trooper with it, right? And I think
Yeah,
she had a great comment where she basically said, "We're not going to try to fix the mistakes; we're going to enhance them."
enhance them. Yeah.
And and because Margaret's mask broke too. Remember, if you remember,
Yes.
the bottom
The
part
bottom
of
part.
Margaret's mask actually broke too. So I mean, that happens when you have the heaviness of the cookies and then just the weight of
Heavy
all
and
the other,
fragile and
right?
unwieldy.
It's a
Yeah.
cookie.
Yeah.
So and when you're rushing,
Mhm.
you're rushing and moving around so
Yeah.
fast, and I mean
Yeah.
it's easy to have something like that happen. But yeah, my heart just sank for
I
her,
know.
because I thought I thought it was a beautiful bake as well.
Mhm.
I loved the concept. Again, we spoke about
Yeah.
it earlier, like bringing Newfoundland and St. John in this case into her bake. It was just, and it was beautiful. Like she executed it really, really well. And it's just
Yes.
really unfortunate that
Mhm.
she had that break. But also, I think the judges said that both of her cookies needed a little bit more cooking time too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. She used a lot of technique, but
Mhm.
slightly underbaked on both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Zoe. Lime and Thyme Caribbean Festival Mask. Caribbean. One
Yep.
of those is right.
Yes.
Festival mask. Um, Lime coconut sugar cookies and lemon thyme sugar cookies with wafer paper feathers and the isomalt gems, which were so much fun to watch her get all gleeful about because she was
Yes.
really excited about those.
Well, I can see why. I mean, I think this was probably one of my favorite Zoe bakes that she's done. And I loved her first one from her signature
Yeah.
as well. But I really loved how this one came together in both, again, the flavors that she used. I'm a huge fan of lemon and thyme together as a combination as well. So I thought it was just really nice. And then the lime coconut one that she put together as well. I'm again such fresh and intentional flavors for the theme of her mask.
Yes.
So it was really brilliantly paired that way, and I think her execution was flawless, and her
Yep.
piping was very impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
That
judges
was a
said the
word they
flooding was
used. They
perfection.
said flawless flooding skills.
Yeah,
Beautiful. A stunning display of her talent, I believe is what they said.
They
yeah,
did that. They did say
Yeah.
that as well. Yeah, and it was beautiful. I mean, when she was doing when she talked about the isomalt gems,
yeah,
and I mean, who doesn't love using a blowtorch?
yes,
And then it's satisfying on isomalt, right? Because you get rid of all those surface bubbles, and it's great.
Yes. Yeah, get that shine on it and oh yeah, it's lovely. It was a beautiful job. I think everybody did such stunning work and had such creative ideas and beautiful flavors. Really such a strong group of bakers. I mean, we've
Yeah,
said it before.
and
We've been saying it for 3 weeks.
it was it was a particularly strong week as well.
Mhm.
Because even when you have strong bakers, sometimes you have someone who just has a rough week.
Yeah.
And this week seemed to be just a really, you know, everyone was up here. Like
yeah,
Yeah.
the best of the best were here.
yeah,
Everyone else was sort of here, and maybe you had a couple here, but nobody was down here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And
Makes
so
it
when
difficult.
you have that many people, you still have 8 people baking.
Mhm.
And with 8, there's a lot of places to hide. There was no place to hide this week.
There really wasn't.
Really, really wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I think really just based on everything that we were privy to, all the information that we had, the only thing that I can see was the underbaking in Tamara's cookies, really. Like even a broken mask is
Mhm.
not going to send her home,
Yeah,
but just because they were slightly underbaked. And I think that really was the only thing that sent her home, which is very sad, you
Yeah,
know?
when you have a strong week,
Mhm.
it's, they say it a lot as you go on week after week. as there are less and less people, and the judges will tell them, like, there's no place left to hide. It's the little things
Mhm.
that will stand between people who stay and people who go home.
Yeah.
It doesn't usually happen in week 3, and it
Yeah.
happened this week. It
Yeah.
was just little things this week. It
Yeah.
wasn't that anyone had a bad week. And
Yeah.
while Dominic, pulled ahead of Margaret for Star Baker,
Our
and
baker for
kudos to
Dominic this
him,
week.
he did great.
Yes.
Tamara, unfortunately, she, had a couple of just the little things that didn't happen. And I think Joe, and I think that's why they left it in. What Joe said at the end is exactly what everyone who watches was feeling,
Mhm.
because there's something about Tamara that was just, she was so fun. You were just
Mhm.
always, waiting for what she was going to say next.
Yes.
Yep.
And when Joe said, "What are we gonna do for fun now?"
Yep.
I said this. I talked to the TV. I said, "Right? Like what?"
I did the same
Not that the
thing.
rest of you aren't fun, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just her one-liners were just
yeah,
awesome, right? There was
yeah.
every time she was on, it was a delight to actually hear what she had to say, and just her comments along the way. I mean, it
Yeah.
was she'll be missed in the
She
times.
will. And we got more Newfoundland education. Definitely was one of the things that made me say, wow, I would like to go there and learn more about. I would like to taste all this good food, actually, is what I want. But she was just a breath of fresh air, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
what a lovely, lovely person, and sad to see her go.
Yeah. And you're right. I think I learned a whole pile of new things about Newfoundland and the flavors of Newfoundland that I had no idea. And I
Yeah.
think that's the other really wonderful thing about what Great Canadian Baking Show does, is it introduces you, or it, yeah, just showcases not only different cultures from around the world, which are amazing, but even within our own
Country.
Country, how different influences and what people do. I think it's just, yeah, it's part of the magic.
It's
It's
wonderful.
the part of the magic sauce.
Part of the magic sauce. Yes. Well, another week is under our belt, and now we're coming up to another new week, Maple Week.
Hmm.
Fascinating. My husband
I
will
wonder if
probably say that's
anyone's
his
going
favorite.
to do my little. I mean, I'm sure it's a legitimate technique out there, but it's something I do all the time. I'm just going to wait to see if anyone does it this week. I won't say what it is.
Oh, come on. You
Uh,
can't leave us
Both waiting.
hanging, dude.
We're waiting with bated breath on both
Yes,
of our
we're like,
expressions.
and what would that be?
What is it, Stephen? What is it, Stephen?
We won't tell anybody, we promise.
You'll have to you'll have
Nobody's
to wait until
watching.
next week, because if someone does it, I'll be able to say, "Hey, oh no, baby, I should say it."
You
Because
should.
then you'll say,
Good.
"No,
It's
you've
already
never
been
done
filmed,
that."
so nobody
So
can steal your idea.
I make maple buttercream.
Oh.
And to
Oh.
make it, I mean, again, I didn't look it up, although if I did, I'm sure it's out there. It just made sense to me that how would you make maple buttercream? You'd make the most difficult buttercream of all, Italian,
The
apparently.
Italian.
And instead of using sugar, I use no sugar. I just take maple syrup,
Mhm.
the same amount of maple syrup, and I boil it to 240, and I put that into my egg whites
Very
and add the
smart.
Oh.
butter, and there's my buttercream. And it is the most
Yes.
delicious. No, I like to call it my no sugar buttercream. People think they're having a diet buttercream, but
Well,
it's
it's no
so
refined sugar
delicious.
buttercream.
Yeah,
No refined sugar buttercream.
no refined sugar.
Oh,
Yeah,
that sounds so
it's
delicious.
an invert sugar buttercream.
Yeah, that does sound
So let's
great.
see if someone does that this week.
We'll
Wow,
And I
see.
learned something in making some cupcakes that I brought to Vincent's house not long ago, where I wanted to, I can't remember why I was doing this with the maple syrup. I got it too hot.
Oh.
And I put it into a bowl, and it just kept bubbling in the bowl. Like every now and then it would stop, and then all of a sudden, boop, boop,
Oh
and
my
then
goodness.
so I started mixing it to cool it down, and so it wouldn't explode on me.
Yeah.
And it started getting grainy. I got it to the, like, it was. I still have it in on the counter in a Ziploc. It's so good. I got it. It passed the
Maple
fudge
candy?
stage. So I have maple candy, and so I just think and
Oh,
all I did was just boil it way too far, and I got a bag of maple candy because of
It
that. And
reminds
so
me of
I
Little
broke
House on
that
the
up and I
Prairie.
sprinkled that. I made these cupcakes that had the maple buttercream,
hmm
and they had candied bacon, and they had chocolate, and they had caramel, and then I sprinkled this maple sugar on top of it,
Very
chunks
Oh,
of
cool.
maple
A
sugar. So it was,
happy accident.
yeah, it was good,
Very
good
happy
stuff.
accident.
well done. You discovered penicillin. Wait,
Yes,
no.
And the other thing I actually, because Canada makes some amazing Canadian whiskeys that actually have the maple flavoring. So I wonder if anybody's going to be using any of those.
yeah, there's so much you can do with maple, so
hmm
much.
Oh, looking forward to it. And I'm
Now it's
looking
a
forward
question of
to,
what are the bakes that they're going to have to do with the maple.
That's true.
yeah,
Yes, we'll see. We'll see.
very excited.
Excited.
All right. Well, Christina, we're very happy to have you back in your
Yes.
chair where you belong
Good to be
with
back.
your fuzzy camera.
I
Oh, look, it
I
went blurry just as I said that.
I don't even I can't.
I know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Stephen, thank you for being here with us.
My
Vincent gave
pleasure.
his notes. Also, thank you for being with us, Vincent. And I'm looking forward to next week where we get to recap Maple Week together.
Talk
Very
about
Canadian
maple.
week.
It's going to be
Yeah.
very sweet.
Yes.
Very good, Christina. You're not that jet lagged. All right. Have a good night. And everybody out there, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Have a fabulous, fabulous night and happy baking.
Happy baking,
Baking.
everyone.